My wife spends too much. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to try to help you with this topic, but I also want to get you to take your marriage a step further. You know, there's a combination that we all are. We're a combination of spiritual and material beings, right? You're spiritual, you have a soul, you are a soul, and you have a material body. So this is not a, here's the line, here's my spiritual side, here's my material side. It's a combination. But most of the reason why you got married was for the spiritual side. Love. Love is spiritual, can't be denied. So that's really where you want to focus your energy in your marriage. But you can't ignore the material side. You can't. There's the sexuality that should be transformed into loving intimacy and not based in and operating around our biological drive, or we certainly should not make it recreational sex when we're married. It should be used really for expanding the love that we have for one another. So what do you do when your wife is spending too much money? Let's take a look at why. Basically, there's a disconnect between the two of you. And you can't just bridge this disconnect today. You have to learn how to reconnect with your wife on a deeper level. Because until you do that, anytime you bring it up, you're going to raise defensiveness in her, which means you're separating yourselves, because that's the material side. The material side includes the drive to survive. So you're afraid she's going to spend us out of our livelihood, and she's going, he doesn't love me, because she married you for protection. And bam, instead of having this, which is what you're supposed to have, you're having this. So you cannot address this from the current state of consciousness that you have. Now, I know you have that state of consciousness, or you wouldn't be looking for an answer. So what's the first step for you? The first step for you is to back off and take the time to learn about marriage. The biggest problem is that people get married without not having a clue about what marriage is. I mean, one great example of that is that everyone says, oh, the biggest day in the bride's life is the wedding day. Really? So in other words, your love is not expanding every day of your lives, but that was it? And from then on it's downhill? Because in life things are going up or down. Nothing's going straight across. No. And you buy a car, right? And your car requires maintenance. You get a shirt, it requires maintenance. You get anything, it requires maintenance. You get married, it requires maintenance. And where you know what the maintenance is for everything else, because we live in a material world predominantly, you don't know what the maintenance is for a marriage. So I'll tell you what it is, but it won't have a lot of context at the moment. Hopefully you'll get it though. So look, there's two of you who get married, right? Bam. The maintenance is you can't work on her. You can only work on you. So there's two of you that are contributing to the marriage to become one. But if this one is reactive, which is you, if this one is defensive, if this one is afraid to say certain things, if this one is not growing as a human being, that's the maintenance required. Then this one, and you're going to push each other away, which is obviously true because the divorce rate is over 50%. And of the 48 who don't get a divorce, what do you think the happiness ratio is? I mean, my guess is 6 or 7% are happy and living marriage the way it's supposed to be lived. So you need to back off of this. If you've approached her already, you've already discovered you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get defensiveness, hurt feelings, and that kind of thing. So you got to back off, give it time, not give it time to heal or anything like that. Give it time so you have time to study up. Use one of my books, that would be fine. If there's a lot of difficulty in your marriage, you may need one of the courses. You could write in to one of our counselors. It's a free service. And we're a nonprofit, so no one benefits from steering you to the course when all you need is the book. And you can get this thing healed, but at a level that will blow your mind. Why? Because you're not getting from your marriage what you're supposed to be getting. And what is that? Ever-expanding happiness and ever-expanding love every single day of your life. Truly. I'm not blowing smoke. This is no fairy tale. Everyone who gets married is jumping into a Lamborghini and just listening to the radio. They're not getting the benefit. You can. Hopefully this was helpful to you. You could ignore this and you could say, oh no, there must be an answer out there. There must be something I can say. I'm telling you, there's not. Anything that anyone comes up with as a solution is going to fail for you. Try it if you have to, but then you'll end up coming back here. All right, you could look at other of our videos. You could subscribe. You could like this video. You could leave a comment, share it, whatever. We're on your side. Blessings to you. Blessings to your wife. Blessings to your family. Take care.